Hello everyone and welcome back to EduHubSpot Knowledge Series. Guys, in this video I'm going to break down RAG into the simplest way possible. So even if you have never coded or written a single line of code, by the end of this video you'll able to understand how the most AI or the world's AI system works. But before we begin, please like, share and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. That way, you'll able to stay updated on our latest deep dives into the world of tech and AI, and also it will keep us motivated to release more tech videos. Now guys, to see why RAG is such a big deal, let us take up a scenario. Suppose you are a customer support lead in an XYZ company and you have just launched your new complex product where you have integrated a customer support chatbot with it. What your chatbot does is replying to the customer queries, but the data it is trained on has expired 6 months ago. So a new customer like me suppose ask, what is a new feature released last week or maybe a month ago, and your chatbot replies, I don't know the answer. Or worst, a relatable lie, in technical terms we known as hallucinations. So what should we do? Suppose if we implement a RAG solution here, what it does is we provide a digital access, or we can say a private access to our latest manuals where we have kept all our updated data related to new feature or any product new update. So I asked this chatbot, okay, tell me the new feature released last week or hour ago or maybe a day ago. So your chatbot quickly flips through those manuals, finds the right answer in the right page and replies to the customer or the query. Hence, problem is solved. So just by using simple RAG solution, we have solved this problem. Now RAG is more than just a chatbot. The ability to convert log data into an answer or an active answer is the key used by many industries nowadays. I have taken two examples here for the industries like corporate world and a medical field. Now in the corporate world, a company uses RAG for its employees. An employee asks, what is our policy on paternity leave? Everything is there in the HR PDF, which is given to this RAG model. Okay. Now, when the employee asks this question, the AI pulls from the internal HR PDF, which is given to it, and hence replying to this answer quickly as possible in the updated way. In the next medical field, suppose a doctor asks about the latest clinical trial on some new drug or maybe a specific drug, and the data related to it is there in the RAG. So the AI retrieves those papers published this morning or maybe a day before and gives it to the doctor for the information. Hence problem is solved. So this is how the world or the corporate or the medical or the HR or other domains are using AI as their solution. Now guys, you might be wondering, wait, isn't just what ChatGPT does? Well, not exactly. To understand the magic of RAG, we need to first understand the limits of a standard AI. Now, I have provided a very good analogy to understand like RAG plus standard AI. So suppose a standard AI like GPT-4 as a scholar or a brilliant scholar with a logged office door. Now they have to read each and every book up until the day they graduated. So you're getting, they have to read each and every book provided here until the day they graduated. So we will not allow them to see any newspaper or any new book released during those period ever since. So what is happening here? They are smart, but their knowledge is frozen in time. And this is where RAG comes into the picture. Now RAG, or a retrieval-augmented generation, is a process of giving the scholar a high-speed internet connection or maybe a library card to access your personal files. Now the question here arises is, how does the scholar uses this library card? This boils down to 3-step rhythm that we call the RAG process, which are find or retrieve, add or augment, create or generate. Now in the retrieval part, the AI Googles your specific database, documents you have provided externally to extract the facts needed for the prompt or for the augmentation. In the augmentation part, it pins these facts into the prompt you have provided to the LLM before it is going to give it to the LLM for the answer. Then it happens. The augmented prompt with the original prompt is added and given to the LLM for the response generation, and it crafts a good, polished, human surrounding response based on the evidence provided. And this is what a RAG is. It sounds simple, right? But to truly understand the RAG is a game changer, let us look at the student versus the researcher analogy, or known as the open book or a closed book analogy. Now first we'll take source. The question arises, where does the data comes from or the info comes from? So the standard AI or the student is relying on the gut feeling or the old memories for the answer. So suppose if it is not going to learn or it is not going to train during the initial training properly on the new data, then it is just going to guess it. Whereas the RAG AI or the researcher relies on the specific textbook in front of them, which is open and given to them. That is why it is called open book researcher. So whenever you ask, it just looks at that textbook and gives you the answer. Now, next point, accuracy. Now when we talk about accuracy, the question arises, can we really trust it? We have all heard about hallucinations already. Now the standard AI or a student confidently making up dates which it can't even remember properly. And the RAG, whereas it is going for citations, or it will provide you the citations, the points specific to the line in the book, and it can only quote, I know this because it is true and it is written in the book. This is how a RAG model going to apply. Now we are going to talk about the new info part. Now here question arises, is it up to date? Now the standard AI doesn't know what happened and it froze, like what happened in the morning. It doesn't know the data, but because the RAG is a retrieval augmented system, it can read the document that is just uploaded a seconds ago or maybe a 5 seconds ago, and it is always current, not outdated. So this is how our RAG always updated. Now when we talk about privacy, the question arises, is it personal? Now the standard AI only knows the general facts. It doesn't know the internal data. It only founds the data on public internet sources, whereas a RAG is trained on your private company's dataset. So it can be logged on your private dataset. It becomes your company's expert, your files, your policies, without even leaking this information to the rest of the world. So RAG provides a better privacy than a student or a standard AI. So while standard AI is a brilliant scholar, a RAG is a researcher or a specialist with every resource on its fingertips. Now we have seen what it does, why it is better. Now for those of you who want to see how gear actually turns, let's look under the hood. So how RAG works. First step, preparation or the library. So here what you are going to do is, you are going to take up documents such as PDFs, Word files or website, and then breaks them into chunks. Chunks are like smaller parts of any information. Then you are taking these chunks into vector. Vectors are nothing but long list numbers, so that it can be stored in the vector DB for the retrieval process to get it. So we are creating them into vectors or numbers, and then these informations are going to be stored in the vector database. So if we take an analogy, think of it as indexing a library, so that you can put the books by vibes or topics rather than titles, which is going to make it easy to get it. Now here comes the retrieval part. Now in the retrieval part, the user is just going to ask a query. The query is then going to be converted into a vector DB or a vector, and then it is going to search for it in the vector database. So the user asks, how do I reset my VS Code? Now this is going to be converted into vectors, or we know numbers in our previous steps, and then these numbers are going to be matched in the vector DB for the chunks that are mathematically similar to the question, for the retrieval and for the augmented or for the generation, to get it and give us the right answer. Now here comes the main part, augmentation and generation, which is also simple. Now the system takes the user query or the original user query plus the chunks it founds, or these are the mathematical numbers it founds in the vector DB. Then the prompt will looking like this, the augmentation. This is the augmentation part where our prompt is edited now. So the prompt looks like, here are some data from our manual, inserted chunks, these mathematical chunks, and now using only this data, answer the question, which is how do I reset my VS Code? And now this question goes to the LLM for the response. And this is how a retrieval augmented generation works. Now in conclusion, the workflow of RAG will look like, first, intercepting the user query, combining it with the external data source, then it will going to augment a new prompt which is going to be given to the LLM for the response generation. And this is how the RAG works entirely. Now I have prepared a small demo for you guys, and it is like ready and it's live. So it's a small system where we are going to fit all these pieces together in the real world and see how our RAG system works. So this is our simple RAG project. Okay, so first we are going to install all the necessary libraries like sentence transformer, Faiz CPU and transformer accelerate. Then we are going to import them. Now why do we need this is because standard search looks for exact words, and these libraries allows us to search for the meanings. And I'm not using like LangChain here, I'm just creating using simple Hugging Face models, importing them and then making a RAG pipeline to show you like how RAG simply works. Then we are going to create our knowledge base. So I have just created a random knowledge base about RAG. What is it about? What is it stands for? Embeddings, vector database, etc. So this is our brain. Instead of relying on like AI's memory, we are going to use these facts and get the answer. Now creating the embeddings. Before creating the embeddings, we need to like import the model from Hugging Face. Again, I have imported the model. And then we are going to create our embeddings from the data or the vector we are providing here. This is our document which is we are providing to this embeddings, and then these documents are then converted to embeddings. And if you print the shape, it will come again this. So it's coming 10384 again. So now we will store it into the Faiz or our vector DB. Now number of like vectors stored in the Faiz is 10. Like how 10, you know, like 10 sentences, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. And Faiz is like open source Facebook AI for similarity search, which is going to act for like vector DB. Now the transformer part. So for the LLM, we are going to use Google's Flan T5. It's a lightweight smart model that is like great at reading paragraphs and answering questions from them. Like we have given our document in the paragraph kind of, so it will answer from them. Now why this matter is the G in the RAG, it takes the raw data we find and then turns into the natural human sounding sentence using this T5 base only. Now for the retrieval part, if we talk about, so when you ask this function a question, then the function turns into like numbers and then ask the vector DB or the Faiz for the answers. Now the key or the K, like which is 3, is like which 3 sentences in the cabinet are like most similar to this in the vector DB, and it will give you the right answer. Now why this matter is the narrow, like this narrows down the entire search base or the knowledge base to just most relevant snippets, and we get the answer through that only. Now the RAG part or the logic or what we can say, the sauce in our story. So we glue this prompt, like we take everything and glue it with this prompt, where we give a context, question and answer. Now this is how the AI will give us the answer when we will ask a question. Now why this matter is, we explicitly tell AI, don't discuss or don't guess, only use these facts, and this keeps the AI grounded and accurate. Now let's test our app. So here it's written ask a question, so we will write what are embeddings, and then we will run it. So it will going to search in the knowledge base, then in the vector, and here is the answer. What are embeddings? Whatever we have given, it has found the like most relevant 3. This is the key K we are talking about, and the like most natural, or what we can say, like combined through it, and like the relevant part is given. What is it? Numerical representation of text. Now suppose if we change the question to what is a rag, then again it will going to search, and yeah, it is going to give us 3 matched ones, and from them the most relevant, that is retrieval augmented generation, like direct and accurate, nothing like hallucinated or else. So this is how our rag works. This is the whole pipeline. If you want this code, you can comment down below. So this was the clear overview of what a rag is, how it works, and like we deep down in the technical part also, and we have designed and tested our own rag also. So we have come to the end of this session, and before you go, please drop a comment if you like, or if you have any questions, or you would like me to make any other video on embeddings etc., or any other new AI technologies. Please comment down below, and see you in the next session of EduHubSpot. Thank you.